Well, and I think it's important to notice or note that phonological awareness, which is the awareness of phonology, is something that actually begins developing in utero. So there have been studies that show that newborn babies within a couple of days old, they can recognize and they attend to language that has the phonology or the speech sounds within the language that they were exposed to in utero. And this happens naturally. So when it comes to learning how to read, we have an unconscious awareness of the phonology within the language. Our job as teachers and educators is to bring this unconscious awareness to conscious so that the child is then able to tell you the difference and recognize it. So they may know that, sorry, I can't think of a real word example, but like tang and gang are different words, but they may not be able to tell you why they're different. They can tell you that they rhyme, but then I say, oh, well, actually, the sound at the beginning is just a little bit different because of this, right?
Right, and that one phoneme change makes the meaning, changes the meaning, right? So attending to that is so important.
Yeah, and so that's what we're really trying to do when it comes to reading instruction, and especially for those individuals that struggle with learning how to read. Phonological awareness is one of the most common, if not the most common reason for a problem learning how to read, is because of their awareness of this. This is separate from the child not actually being taught how to read. This is someone who is being taught but is struggling.
Yeah, Dr. Louisa Moats talks about these phonemes or the speech sounds of our English language, which there are 44, as parking spots. I often heard her, she talks about them as parking spots. So there are parking spot, we're holding it, right, to map, here's the phoneme, maybe and we're mapping a grapheme. In this case, I'll just say S, but it could be a C too, right? Because what follows it may make that sound, but we're mapping them, right? So I should have brought my Velcro with me tonight, but I often will have Velcro, 2 pieces of Velcro, because these 2 components are essential to reading and to spelling, this phoneme and grapheme mapping. And that's what we're doing, of course. Each of these things is a means to an end. They're absolutely essential to learn to read words. But of course, reading is a very complex skill. And so there's other things that are always at play. But if you don't have strong phonological and phonemic awareness skills, you will struggle to read in an alphabetic language, because speech came first. We created symbols, the alphabet, to represent speech. So when you're reading, you're really reading phonemes. And so if you have trouble with the phonemes and mapping those to graphemes, you'll have problems reading. So it's absolutely foundational, and it has nothing necessarily to do with age. Certainly worked with adults that, we're working on phonemes and graphemes and mapping them and working on phonics, no matter what age you are. It's not age specific, although typically it is, for these younger students, but it could be any age.
Yeah.